You'll have revenge. The dark side of the Force is a pathway to many abilities some consider to be unnatural. Now you will experience the full power of the dark side.
Welcome, followers of the Dark Side of the Light. I'm your host, John, the real JP3. I'm joined as always by my good friend and fellow co-host, who is a master of the dark side, expert on the occult, and obtainer of rare antiquities and holocausts. Please welcome Dark Lord of the Sith, David.
My young Jedi friend. Are we going with the Courtney accent again? Is that what we're doing for episode 121?
I don't know, that's how I feel. Like, I start out, and then I feel like it's a game show host as I introduce you. So I'm like, how are you doing today?
Ain't nothing wrong with that, man. I love game shows. The Sith love cat and mouse games too, so it works out. Episode 121, bud. Doing all right?
Doing good.
Okay, so
Just holidays are a mess, man.
yeah, it's a pain in the butt, man. So those of you guys that have not have listened to the show before, welcome. Those of you guys that are returning, hello there. Episode 121. How many days are we from Rise of Skywalker, Johnny?
So it depends. So
for me right now, we're shooting on 12/10. We should have shot before for our Monday episode, live concert, Sith business happened, Jedi Purge, whatever. We're shooting on 12/10. How many days from now?
So if you want to go off the official Disney release date, we're 10 days away. We're shooting in the afternoon, so I would say it's probably 9 to 10 days away, depending on when you're listening.
Today's already
If you
over.
go off, if you're going off of like when we have tickets, it's technically 8 to 9 days away because we go to see it on the 19th because they can technically release movies now. I think it's like 7 or 7:30 p.m. the day before. But yeah, that's where we are. And if you're listening overseas, you're a lot closer than we are.
Yeah, because
Not
time
closer.
zones and whatnot.
Yeah.
But
yeah, so like
poor guys
I'm
overseas
gonna
don't have
say
Mandalorian,
like
and we do. So
8 to 9 days. 8 to 9 days away.
Because we're technically seeing it on Thursday, the 18th,
Yes.
correct? So in my book, today's already over. So in my mind, we are 7 days away.
No, the 8 days was the no. It's probably,
Arguing semantics.
whatever.
Anywho.
It's next week. That's what we know. It's next week. That's all we care about. We got 4 showings. David's no longer a liar.
John decided to finally cave and get another showing. So we got 4 showings in the books. It's gonna be awesome. Can't wait. Probably gonna want to see it a couple more times, but at least we will see it 4 times together. You, me, and Sweet Nelson. So it'll be fun, man.
Yeah, so 4 times. 2 of them we're seeing it, I think, twice on Friday.
Yeah. 1 in the morning, and I think
some 1 in the evening. Yeah. So I know I'm excited to see what happens. That's all we keep hearing about right now is the Rise of Skywalker and the Mandalorian. There's been movie posters for days and days.
Yeah, you can say the same thing for TV spots, which I think I've missed like 4 TV spots now. I think so.
We're up to like 55 TV spots.
I don't think
that's
so.
My exaggeration, but we're up to a lot of TV spots. They also, Disney over the weekend, released a featurette.
I haven't even seen that yet.
So I saw it like twice.
It's like the friendship featurette or something like that, right?
Yeah, because when you sent it to me, you were like 3 days behind. I had already posted it before then. So I had watched it when it came out because I think I happened to stumble upon it like 30 minutes after it was released, and then I posted it. But it kind of does a feature, but if I remember it correctly, it also kind of like gives like some back, like it shows you like previous, like the road to get here. but the featurette was pretty cool. It's a little bit longer than some of the TV spots have been. So if you haven't checked it out, go check it out. It's on our Facebook page. Click on the link. You can watch it on YouTube. But yeah, the featurette was it's pretty cool. It's pretty cool. And they're
So
getting me with these TV spot
what
names.
feature? What was featured on the featurette?
Well, I knew you were going to ask me that. I don't remember it exactly.
Well, then why are we talking about it? Wouldn't you tell me, David, watch the featurette, man? You're off today. Watch the featurette. Stop watching The Boys. Love that show.
The Boys.
That show was the shit,
Dave's
man.
got a new show.
It came
Dave's
and
got a
went.
new
The first
show.
season's gone. It was the shit, though, man. I'm telling you, if you guys haven't seen The Boys, which I knew about it, I was just sitting on it. I wasn't in the move. I wasn't jiving for it. And then yesterday, just boom.
Knocked it out of the park with his. So it's called the Friendship Featurette, and it basically shows it's a lot of shots between like the friendships that they have created over the time in the series with those different Star Wars characters. So like the image that's right here, it's like BB-8 and Chewie like looking at each other in the eyes, like, and you're my buddy. They go to that epic scene that you love, Dave, that makes you cry with C-3PO.
Oh, goodness.
And it's like, and I'm telling you, this scene, it's like a focus. Like, it seems like they slow it down. They don't slow it down. But it feels like when you're watching it, they're like, could you make this go any slower? Like, why are we talking about that?
They have to, man.
But that's kind of like the friendship feature. That's why it's called the friendship feature. But it kind of rehashed a lot of the same scenes that we've already seen, either in a TV spot or a trailer. But if I remember correctly, there was some previous, like they gave like real quick shots from like the other movies just to kind of lump it all together for you.
Okay, sweet. You got some Kylo Ren comic book news coming out. You got Rise of the Resistance open up. What else is going on? What else are we talking about today? Obviously, Mandalorian episode 5. I can't even remember anymore. 5, yeah.
Is it 5 already?
Yeah, it's 5 already, my man. 6 is this coming Friday.
That's right. And 7, we talked about this on our last podcast, is releasing on Wednesday before The Rise of Skywalker. There's supposed to be some TV. There's supposed to be some connection between the episode and The Rise of Skywalker, but we don't know what that is.
We have no idea. It's not eating me up because we're slowly getting there. We're going to be watching Rise of Skywalker before you know it. So we've already done the long haul process. Now it's time for Christmas morning kind of thing. Everything's starting to get opened. It's exciting. I dig it. Another thing that came out pretty recently, Mandalorian, which we're going to talk about later on the show, is the fact that Pedro Pascal's not in the costume as much or in every scene. It's actually John Wayne's grandson.
Yeah, so I read that article earlier, and I think episode 4, which was directed by Bryce Dallas Howard, she says that Pedro Pascal was never in the suit while she was directing it.
I don't know. I didn't read all of it, but I got the impression that they didn't really have time together. So I don't know. Mind you, there might have been reshoots in between with just Fav and Filoni. I don't know, but that doesn't bother me. James Earl Jones wasn't in the Vader suit.
Yeah, and I think it's more of his voice, but he is in the suit at some times, but there is quite a bit of time that he's not in it. And they also said that John Wayne's grandson, I think his name is Joseph Wayne, has been greenlit and asked to come back for season 2 to help out. It's got to be tough, dude. Like, think about it. Like, they got to find somebody that's the same height, same build, same gait, and everything else that you are to be in the suit.
It's possible. They make it work. Hank, what do they do in the friggin' Hobbit movies? They made people look huge, Hagrid tall, Hobbit super tiny. It's movie magic, man. They find a way.
So what you're telling me, Dave, is that we could find somebody that walks and acts and talks like you.
It's potentially out there, yes. Clone. Yeah, doppelganger or whatever. You never know.
Yeah, so Pedro Pascal's not really in the suit.
He's
Something
in the
else,
suit, but he's not in the suit all the time.
Yeah, consistently. It's his voice. It's his voice, guys. So the other thing that came out, and I know we're going to talk about it, but I think this is kind of cool. Jon Favreau wrote a whole article. He talked to the Hollywood Reporter about the fact of he's changing the way that they are filming The Mandalorian, the way that they filmed The Lion King, the way they filmed The Jungle Book, and it's kind of cool. Like, obviously the technology's here, but they're essentially setting up the sets that they're filming on are in virtual reality. They're VR sets. So they're set up.
All of them? Sorry, I can't even talk.
Not all of them. There is quite a bit of them, but The Mandalorian, I think for like except a few scenes, but they didn't go anywhere, were filmed in California.
Well, I know most of it was filmed in California.
Yeah, but it was filmed in a studio in California with walls, and all they did was throw up the VR screen, and then the acting took place in front of the VR screen. So none of these people were actually on location. They were just in the studio where most of them probably live in California. And so it wasn't like they had to travel to the desert like in The Rise of Skywalker. We saw them travel a lot of places. And so John is like really taking this VR kind of set and using it in season 2. Apparently, Kevin Feige has talked to him about Marvel and how they can use it there. Could you imagine the amount of money they could save and increase their margins just by not having to pay to go to a set, scout it out, security, hotels, and everything else?
That's the future, man. That's the way it's going to be. It's ridiculous, man.
Yeah, and so I thought that was kind of cool that he used that on The Lion King, and it worked really, really well, which I think grossed $1.67 billion. But yeah, he's pretty excited about it, and I think a lot of people are interested in the technology and how he did it. So, I don't know. I think we've talked about this briefly, but do you think, I know we talked about it, Fab directing a Star Wars movie one day, I think it's more of a possibility.
Oh, yeah, he's already helmed I don't know how many Marvel projects previously to even get into Star Wars. He's already a renowned and acclaimed director, writer. He's knocking this show out of the park. I think he's got every fan's blessing to go ahead and do a solo project.
Yeah.
So
we'll see.
There's nothing holding him back from taking on more of a role in the developing Star Wars cinematic universe.
Yeah, so I thought that was pretty cool. Shout out to Jon Favreau, because it's money, baby, money.
Yeah, it is.
Vegas. Dave, you just sent this to me, but have you listened to it? The Rise of Skywalker soundtrack.
I have not. I know it's out there. I haven't got a chance to listen to it yet. I kind of want to go in fresh, like George Costanza's dad, Frank, always says on Seinfeld. I want to go in fresh. I just want to go in, let the music take me away in the scene, captivate me, and not already have that preconceived knowledge of, okay, this is a song. This is my favorite part in this track. The instrumental's amazing here, and it doesn't get on screen. I don't want to have that tidbit nugget in my head, so I just want to go in fresh and go from there.
Okay,
that's me.
There is no titles that have been posted with the 23 track upload. There's only portions of the songs. Obviously, you won't have any narrative or descriptive information about the songs, so you don't know where they fall possibly in the movie. Apparently Disney Studios uploaded it as a way to submit it for awards in the future. And so I don't know, it's now that I'm sitting here thinking about it, we're talking about it, like, this is it for John Williams. Like,
yeah, this is his send-off, man.
And like, this is it for him. He's done. It's kind of bittersweet, and I think it's more bittersweet for the fact that we get to see a live concert that we weren't expecting in Celebration one year.
Again, that was awesome. 2017 in Orlando, amazing.
And so stuff like that is pretty cool. So you can listen to it. It's posted on our social media page. There's a link directly to Disney Studios. If you guys want to check it out.
Which, for shits and giggles, I think you need to repost the John Williams playing at least the Leia score.
Oh, again?
Like, oh my god, dude, I love that video. I can watch that video all the time. So tomorrow or sometime soon, John, post a few of them just for shits and giggles for people to kind of remember Celebration.
Remember
the
John 5th of November.
I'm going with John Williams, but okay, yeah.
Anyway, so back to the Rise of Skywalker information news. Billy D. Williams has broken his silence and is talking a little bit more to the magazines and the reporters, and kind of this is it for him as well. He said, "I've been in the business a long time. Um, I wanted everything that I wanted, and the way that I wanted to be remembered has been done. Like, I've spoken. Essentially, this is it. I'm done, and this is my send off. After this, no more." Like, how do you feel about that? The icon that he's become. You know, he even quotes in the article, and he says, "I created romance. Nobody's ever done that looked like me." He was considered a full-fledged sex symbol and touted as the Black Clark Gable. Like, come on.
Who is that again?
That was Billy D.
Oh, for a second there, I blacked out. I thought you said John Williams. I'm like, how is John Williams seen as a sex symbol?
Oh no, sorry, Billy D. Williams. Yeah, we should have I transitioned
Yeah,
it, but I should have
was
like
like,
separated it a little bit
what are
better.
you talking about? I was like, when did he become a sex symbol? Now I'm intrigued. Like just walking around with his conductor's wand and like ladies are going wild and it's just
You would.
crazy.
You
Hey,
would.
if I was a good looking conductor, I'd try it. I think everybody that's going to
Yeah.
be a conductor is going to try that nowadays.
So it's just funny. So that is a great point. Like we were talking about John Williams. This is his last movie. Now that we were talking about Billy D. Williams, this is his last movie. Like, a lot of Williams, a lot of last. Been in the business a long time. But for you, Billy D. Williams, Dave, like,
You know, Billy D's the man. I think I sent you a picture last week, and I believe you posted it of Billy D. Williams' cane in The Rise of Skywalker. Did I send that to you after all?
I don't remember that.
I didn't send it to you. Okay, I'm gonna send it to you real quick. I got it up right now. Let's see. So inscribed on his cane is actually his name, but we get a little bit more than just Lando Calrissian. I'm gonna let you say it. I'm gonna let you read it on the air. I just sent it to you. I heard it vibrate on my end, so take a peek.
Oh, nice.
So on the top part of his cane in Arabic, it's engraved. So go ahead and read away.
So it says the cane that Lando carries in the film was on display at the press junket for The Rise of Skywalker. Fans have translated the letters that sit on the cane, which reveals the full name of Lando, which is Baron Landonus Balthazar Calrissian III.
Pretty base.
You can change the name of your kid now.
No. I'm not even saying it on the air because somebody's gonna steal it and I'm gonna get all pissed off and shit. But yeah, no, I think that's pretty pimp cane, man. Plus, if you
That's
remember
pretty
correctly,
awesome.
when we went to Celebration 2015, he had his panel and he was introduced and called the Baron of Smooth. Remember?
Oh, he was.
So they're transitioning that title, Baron, over here to actual. I thought it was pretty cool.
I didn't even pick up on that until you said that right now.
You know, John, that's why you keep me around for the little things.
It's olive raisin, guys. Olive raisin. It's not his hair. Trust me.
I don't know,
It's
man.
not
The
his
hair's
hair.
pretty freaking wild. For those of you guys that are watching on YouTube, I didn't comb that at all today. Anyways, what else is on the docket? You want to go Rise of Resistance? You want to talk Kylo coming? You want to talk about
No,
X-wing
right.
drones? You want to go
Those are all
Mandalorian?
later. What are you talking about? That's all later. We're still on the Rise of Skywalker, dude.
Okay,
Where you
well,
been?
I don't know, man. I'm over here. Where you at?
So Dave's gonna get mad because he sent this to me. I was like, "Who's this guy?" The Richard E. Grant post.
Oh my god. So Richard E. Grant apparently saw a screening of the film, had a very emotional selfie, one-on-one kind of conversation with his phone camera, talking about just how overwhelmed, overjoyed he was by watching the film, the emotions it brought out, the level of just sheer awesome the final installment into the saga was. And he's crying and he's weeping, and you know it's a beautiful moment. It gets me all jazzed up and hyped to go see it myself. And you know I'm in the moment. I'm rewatching it again for like the third time, and then I get a message from John. Who's that guy? Why is he crying? I'm like, John, you just killed the reality for me. Yeah.
He didn't look like. And then Dave sends me the picture from the movie, and I was like, "Okay, it doesn't look like that." He's like, "Well, he's only missing his glasses and he's got some makeup on. I was like, okay, makeup changes people's appearance. That's the whole point of makeup. So once I looked at it again and I saw it, I was like, wow. And like this, to think like we don't know his complete involvement in the Rise of Skywalker. Obviously, we know he's in it, but we don't know to what extent. And so, for him to be like crying, emotional, like I can't wait for you guys to see it. Like that's huge. It's huge, in my opinion. I don't know. I was like, dude, you couldn't have posted a little bit sooner. Now we're still waiting 3 weeks. What's going
Hey, it's
on?
all right, man. That just lets you know that it's primed, it's locked and loaded, and it's bringing emotions out in people. That's
Yeah.
how I see it. That's how I see it. I don't know.
Chris Terrario, I think that's how you say his name. The other writer with JJ
Terrio.
Terrio.
Like Cheerio,
Also,
but Terrio.
oh, great.
Go back to your like Courtney accent, and,
He brought up, they were talking with the Hollywood Reporter and brought up some things about the fact that, the battle has always been between the Jedi and Palpatine. And he was talking about the return of Palpatine for the Rise of Skywalker. And we know that JJ said that's always been the plan. They read Rion's script when he did The Last Jedi and made sure that it fit into it. But he was like, this entire 9-film saga has always been between Palpatine and the Jedi. That's it. He said, and so now that I'm kind of thinking about it, I'm like, oh, he's kind of right. How did we not see this coming?
Oh, we talked about it that he was an integral part of the entire franchise. It makes sense. It's just like we said on the last show or 2 shows ago that his absence from 7 and 8, it was sorely missed, but he didn't pop up as a major key role at all until Return of the Jedi in the original trilogy. He had a short little 2-minute segment in Empire Strikes Back, but that was it.
Yeah. But it's still like one of those things that like as much as, and maybe it's because of you, like as much as people love Emperor Palpatine, and you're very much a dark side user, Dave. So for you it's Darth Vader, but Emperor Palpatine, as much as that is, I guess for me it's like I feel like we should have saw that coming a little bit more, even with his absence. Like it's a very big premise and it's very obvious and very in your face that it's between Palp and the Jedi. That it's just, I don't know. I'm kind of upset with myself. I'm just going to say that out loud. I'm upset with myself. That I was surprised. But I'm glad I was surprised.
But again,
really cool.
that just goes to the illusion of the dark side. Of being present, but not really being present in the forefront. That's exactly what he did in the prequel series.
So are you here right now?
Am I?
I don't know.
You tell me, my man. You tell me. You can't touch me with this grain. No, but like that's the dark side, man. It's it's the cat and mouse game. It's being 2 feet away from you, but not knowing you're the enemy. It's the constant, smoking daggers thing, man.
Smoking daggers. We're done smoking daggers.
I'm going smoking daggers today.
Okay. All right. So either way, great show. Great show.
Because the dagger that Ray has in the
Ray
has,
yep.
Smoking daggers.
Either way, I'm excited to see what else comes of it. Chris also mentioned that we would receive some answers about the history of the First Order, which segues perfectly into the Rise of Kylo Ren comic series. The first episode launches next Wednesday, which is supposed to talk to us about the transition of Ben Solo to Kylo Ren, and we will get the Knights of Ren in that as well, and kind of how he came to be Kylo Ren. So I probably am not going to read the comic, as everybody knows, and but I'm kind of excited that we're going to get some backstory in the movie to kind of explain where the Knights of Ren came from and some back history on it.
Yeah, because that's what everybody's been clamoring about, myself included, and any little tidbit that helps fill in the mystery of Snoke as well as Kylo's fall to the dark side is very much welcome. So I'll take it.
So are you going to pick up the comic book, or are you going to wait till it becomes in trade paperback? Or
I'll probably pick up the first issue at least. I'll probably pick them all up and then just do the trade paperback. It's Kylo. It's the Knights of Ren. I gotta see it, man.
So think about this. Next week, on Wednesday, The Mandalorian episode 7 airs.
6.
The
Oh yeah. Sorry, you said next week. Sorry, I thought you were talking about
I
this
was thinking,
Wednesday.
yeah,
I'm like,
sorry.
what? This
No.
Wednesday?
Dave's like, well, I gotta watch tomorrow. I gotta work. We also have The Rise of Kylo Ren episode 1 that is coming out. So I pretty big things there. Also, something else that we found out today is the art book for The Rise of Skywalker was set to release on December 20th. It was announced today that it will be pushed back to spring of 2020.
I didn't get a chance to read the article. Did it state why it got pushed back? Anything?
I think the speculation is that there may be stuff in there that Disney does not want revealed until you see the movie. And so they're pushing it back. That was the speculation. It was a very brief article.
Well,
But
hell,
it seemed like,
the novelization's pushed back until about that same time next year.
yeah, I think Disney was just like, because the fact that it's ending the saga and everything else, that they didn't want, if you picked it up or you got it and you flung through it, it may really reveal some things that it would be better suited for the big screen. So
Okay,
I don't think it's like, even if you got it early, I don't think it would stop you from going and seeing the movie. But there could be other reasons why Disney decided, but that was the speculation at least. So, all right, let's say here what else we're going to talk about. Oh, I'm super stoked.
Why are you stoked?
Our trip has been semi-booked for
Ooh.
Disney World. And then we get the announcement that the Rise of Resistance ride is open at Disney World and Disneyland. And on top of that, they also announced that they are opening a new attraction called Star Wars Galactic Star Cruiser that's coming. And essentially, this ride is a ride within a ride, in my opinion.
What is it? Because I didn't even
So
read it.
what you do is this Star Cruiser will take you to Galaxy's Edge. It starts to immerse you in the Star Wars universe in a galaxy far, far away, with robots and people from the Star Wars galaxy as you go and take a train or a trolley or a ship to Star Wars Galaxy's Edge. So it's essentially like a bridge from the rest of the park to Star Wars Galaxy's Edge.
So it is no way connected to the Star Wars hotel?
As far as I know, as far as I read, that was a no.
The reason I asked is because I remember they said that the Star Wars hotel is going to have, the same feel and vibe, that it's going to take you, from the hotel to Batuu, if you will. Because again, the spaceship's in orbit and whatnot, and to get to Batuu every day when you go to the park, you have to get in there and travel, like if you're going down in Atmo and all that other stuff. So I didn't know if that was the same thing or something completely different.
As my phone loads, I will verify these details for you.
Very well.
Lord of the Sith.
But yeah, so they had the grand opening of Rise of Resistance. I've been trying to stay away from spoilers. I hear it's awesome though. We got to see those SUV-sized X-wings in flight over the Disney park, which I thought that was pretty cool. Did you see those videos, John?
I did, and we all thought they were like they were life size, and we had talked about it previously. I remember, but yeah, it was pretty cool. The videos are pretty cool.
Hell yeah, it was pretty cool. Yeah, I'm just excited that we're one step closer to going ourselves and having a jolly good time, and me walking another with a couple lightsabers.
So have you determined how many you're actually going to get or invest in?
Yeah, I'm going to get 2 the first go around. I'm going to get a red and a purple. And then when I go the next time, when we go for Celebration, I'm going to grab another 2.
Oh my God.
What?
No lightsabers. Are you going to put these in your podcast room?
Yeah. Then one right next to my bed, just in case in the middle of the night I got to...
Oh, dear Jesus.
Imagine an intruder comes in my home and I'm wielding a lightsaber and a 9mm. That sounds pretty beast. Just throwing it out.
Front door.
Exactly.
So I didn't post the article, I just posted the pictures, but what I remember taking from the article, it said, we'll begin transporting guests to Star Wars Galaxy's Edge in 2021. The immersive experience will begin as soon as you step on board and continues as you enter Black Spire Outpost. So there is a chance that it could connect to the hotel at Disney World. But as of right now, because if you look at it, like you can be dropped off directly at the Star Wars Star Cruiser, and then it can take you directly into Star Wars Galaxy's Edge.
Okay, I dig it. More immersion. The one thing that I hope they start doing before we get there is having aliens in the park, robots in the park.
You are so hung up on these alien things.
Dude, I want to walk by a Twi'lek. I want her to wink at me. I want to see a Rodian at the bar. I want to see a Hammerhead just hanging out, a Bothan over there in the corner. An IG unit just, hanging out at the bar, a Mandalorian walking in and everybody just turning and looking at the dude. That's what I want. Or am I asking too much from Disney? You always say Disney's the master of immersion.
Master of immersion.
They
are the master of immersion.
I just want to see it. I want the Twi'lek bathhouse that Carl Weathers mentioned in The Mandalorian. You're not even listening.
Really?
I'm just saying.
The Twi'lek bathhouse.
I'm just
saying. And I'll pay. It does look like it will eventually connect you to the hotel. I went and read the full article, but eventually, but it starts in 2021. As of right now, we've heard nothing else about the Galaxy's Edge Hotel at Walt Disney World Resort. But I know Dave has already said he cannot wait to go back because he wants to experience this hotel once again.
So it'll be a
super expensive
third trip to Disney. I'm all right with it. $2,000 a night, or no, $2,000 for, is it a night or for the entire experience?
I thought it was for the entire experience. It depends on the size of cabin that you want, how many people are going, and things so if you pay $2,000 for, I think it's a double bed, like a basic cabin, then it's $2,000 a night it's a 2-night, 1-day thing or something. I can't remember exactly the details.
I thought it was a 2-night, 3-day experience, or 3-night, 4-day experience. I don't remember, but either way,
something like that. And obviously, you can add more. You can add more nights and then get it from there.
Dropping the cabbage.
All right, let me check. I'm checking off my notes here. Sorry. Did you get a chance? So Hasbro released some new action figures that are coming to Star Wars at the beginning of 2020 at the Germany Comic-Con. Did you happen to see those photos?
I believe so.
What are your thoughts? Where are you at with it? How do you feel?
I need to slow down on black figures. I bought some the other day.
Really?
I did.
How many did you buy?
I bought a Grand Admiral Thrawn Black Series. I need Thrawn.
Okay, well, he's pretty beast.
I need Thrawn. I went ahead and got the first order Jet Trooper, the carbonized Walmart one, because they got them back in stock.
Okay.
I was able to order that guy. I got a Empire Strikes Back Lando Calrissian and a Death Trooper, I believe.
Like, why are you buying Black Series figures right now when it's around Christmas time?
Because they're on sale, John.
Yeah, but people could have bought you those things already, and now what are they going to do? They're going to feel bad because you're like, well, I already got it.
Well, they should have told me they were going to buy me Black Series figures, and I would have.
We're not going to buy you. We're not going to tell you for buying you something.
No, you just be like, hey, what Black Series figures are you interested in? Go ahead and give me a list and do me a favor, stop buying them. Okay, here's my list of X amount of figures that I'm interested in. If you care to purchase one or more for me, I appreciate it, but I need to be warned because it sounds horrible. I'm a Sith, John. I'm very self-sufficient and willing to make the purchase of my own to acquire these dark side goodies.
I understand that, but sometimes you tell people what you want many months ago and they keep track of these things. So what I'm gathering is you're now going to have a Thrawn Black Series figure in your home? No, I'm not saying that I bought stuff. I'm just saying.
Well, either way. Anyways,
somebody could have bought you some.
Well, regardless, if you need an updated list of my Black Series figures, John, or anyone else that is listening, feel free to let me know, and I will send you a picture.
Anyway, so Hasbro's released. We get another Sith Trooper. You got Darth Maul. You got Yoda. You got Boba Fett, and then you got Rey's dark lightsaber that will be coming to the Hasbro lineup in 2020.
So, random thought, and we just got off the subject 2 minutes ago, so we're gonna get back on it real quick. Galaxy's Edge, I just realized that they do not have the capacity to sell you a custom-built double-bladed lightsaber as of yet.
So you're going to wait?
No.
So that'll be your fourth trip?
No, well, probably. But I'm just thinking the possibilities are endless for them to roll out more sabers later on down the road.
Oh
Or
yeah,
or
of
or
course.
they sell like a coupler that you can go ahead and connect your two current lightsabers together.
What would you prefer, Dave?
You know, because of Jedi Fallen Order, there's no spoiler. If you've played the game, you played the game. If not, this is more reason to play the game. At a certain point, you get the availability to go ahead and wield a double bladed lightsaber. But it has the ability to break apart. So, like, you're dual wielding your Darth Maul style, and then you can go ahead and split it at a moment's notice and then reconnect it. Because, again, there has like a coupler on it. So, it would be pretty cool if Disney introduced that into their Savvy's workshop or whatever it is.
So you want a coupler one?
I want a coupler. I want to be able to just have the autonomy to go and have a double bladed if I want. I love the availability, but
I would
I
agree to the coupler as well.
I see you as a total double bladed lightsaber dude.
Yeah, because of my height.
Yeah, exactly.
I
Like
can't carry this little wheeled like little thing.
yeah,
It's too tall.
I'd feel like you'd be the blunt instrument and just like going like no defense, straight offense all day.
Yeah. It's usually like, just run and scream and see what happens.
Praying and spraying, but slashing and gashing. Ooh.
Oh man. This is when he comes up with his best lines, guys. When he's not on the air, it's horrible. They're
Okay.
bad.
Shut
They're
up.
bad. It's like half asleep and you're like, what are you doing with your life, Dave? That's what happens.
Anyway, where
Anyway.
we at? What we doing? What we talking about?
Our buddy Ahmad Best is coming back to the Star Wars Spotlight. He will be hosting a game show on Disney Plus next year. Are you going to watch the game show, Dave?
I'll give it a shot. It's got our mid best. Where's it airing? Is it on a cable network? Is it on Disney Plus? Is it on Hulu?
If I could look to the audience right now and say, didn't I just tell him exactly where it was going
You
to
know,
air?
half the time, John, you say things and it just doesn't register for me. One more time for the cheap seats.
Disney Plus.
There you go. That's what I was thinking.
It's exclusive to Disney Plus. So we'll be getting that next year. I think it gave us, hold on, let me just double check here on official information. But I think it was, obviously, it's a Star Wars related game show. They didn't say, I don't believe they said exactly when it would start or how many episodes, obviously, it would be, or when it would air, if it would air all at once, which I don't think that could be the case.
No, they'll
Do
probably
you
do
think
it
that
weekly.
Disney Plus could get to a point where it's alive?
Or they can live stream some things?
Or like it's on Disney Plus, but it's a live, like you're like, okay, well, tune in this week for this episode of the game show, where it's actually a live channel. Like it's just like a regular cable channel, but it's in Disney Plus. Do you think that will ever happen?
It's got the potential, but I don't see Disney wanting to go ahead and risk having a live show and something pop up on their feed, their network, and it not be screened, supervised, able to be edited. I think it just has too much autonomy for things to go wrong when you do live, especially with a big boy property like Disney.
Okay. The show will be called Star Wars Jedi Temple Challenge. Be heavily focused on the Jedi. Sorry, Sith Lord.
Bollocks.
Your bollocks. All right, Dave. The time has come for you to talk about episode 5 of The Mandalorian.
Oh, I thought you were going to say talk about the new Ghostbusters 3 trailer, because that looks awesome.
Seriously. Oh, it's got the original cast, correct?
Yeah, it does.
Okay, so Dave is not a fan of the new Ghostbusters, guys. He does not consider it a Ghostbusters movie.
It's like Rocky 5. It didn't happen.
I was going there.
It's like
it
Rocky
didn't
5.
happen.
It didn't happen. It's in the box set, but we don't look about it. We don't talk about it. We just flip the little page.
It's like the family photo of the person that has the X on their face or the picture's torn out. You just don't talk about that person.
I was going to go a little bit more deeper down the line and go Harry Potter, the scorched wallpaper with the family tree.
That's what I was going with. Like the picture. That's what that was the image that popped into my head. I guess I just did not descriptively say it properly.
It's all right. Yeah, episode 5 was directed by whom?
Dave Filoni.
Yeah. So what'd you think of it? I thought it was. So you know what? Shame on us. I just realized this the other day. We didn't properly rate episode 4.
We did not.
We did
Sorry,
not write episode 4.
Hold on, let me get my book.
So episode 4 was considered the sanctuary, the one where the giant ATST was there, the villagers, the chick that has the weird past that knows how to shoot guns and no one else does in the village. What do you want to give that episode?
Oh, do you want a recap of the previous episodes?
No, I think everybody's seen it a few times. I know we have.
Okay.
Or no.
So,
You said previous episodes, like.
Yeah. Do you want to know where you
sure,
rated the other episodes? Okay. So for chapter 1, Dave, you rated it an 8. I rated it an 8.
Okay.
Chapter 2, you rated it a 7. I rated it a 6. Chapter 3, you rated it a 9.
Yeah, I did.
I rated it an 8.
Okay, chapter 4, I'm gonna go with a 7 again.
7.
Dave's going 7. Johnny, what do you
John's going to go with an 8.
You're going to go with an 8? Why did you like that one more? I thought it was going to be lower. I thought that was going to be a 6 for you, to be honest.
No, chapter 2 was a 6 for me because I really felt it was a filler episode and we didn't really need the content that we got in chapter 2. But I say that now because I don't know what the future may hold, where it may have told us a story for the future. And so that's why. I know that's very in-depth and I shouldn't think about my ratings that hard, but that's what in my mind.
Well, no. I'm just thinking because I've heard a lot of people say that they felt that episode 4 was a filler episode. And
see, I didn't feel it was a filler episode.
Okay, fair enough.
I felt episode 4 gave us a character that we are still learning about and we still will find out more about, and that's why I'm like, I don't think it was a filler episode. I felt it was it gave us insight to a character that I think is going to be very, very big and beneficial in the future for the Mandalorian.
Okay, fair enough. Okay, so this episode 5, where's that one go on your scale? Go for it first, Johnny. What do you think? How many times did you see it, first of all?
I've only seen chapter 4 and 5 once.
Ooh.
I've not seen it more than once. Actually, outside of chapter 1 and 2, I've only seen all of them once.
You only saw chapter 3 once? The Mandalorian fight at the end?
Yeah, that was pretty awesome.
Oh, dude, I saw that one.
I've seen I've seen replays and stuff like that on YouTube, but I haven't seen like the actual episode again. So for chapter 5, the Gunslinger, I'm gonna go with a 6.
Going with the 6. Okay. Ooh. I'm gonna go with a. I'm gonna go with a 7.5.
So I was just thinking about that. I said, can we do 0.5?
I'm gonna go with a 7.5 because I'm in between a 7 and an 8.
So I will do a 6.5, and here's why I will do a 6.5. Okay, well, are we done? Should I talk about why I want to do a 6.5?
Yeah, do your 6.5.
Okay, so for me, the reason I rated it a 6.5 is because I felt in this episode it provided information about the Mandalorian and about the character, as well as 2 other characters that we had not yet seen in the show that I do think will be coming back up in the future. FYI, spoiler alert, if you have not seen it, I don't know if we gave that caveat, but I'm giving it now. So I think that's why it's a 6.5 for me, because I don't feel it was a filler episode, because I feel that it gave us information about 2 characters that we will eventually see, even if they're not big characters in the future.
Which characters?
Ming Na Wen, who was I guess she was a sniper assassin. Is that what you call her? The assassin that the Mandalorian and I forget the other dude's name. Do you remember his name offhand, Dave? I'm sure you do.
Which one?
The guy, the Mandalorian that he was helping capture her.
So, you questioned me paying attention earlier. Now I'm going to question you paying attention. The young man that was working with the Mandalorian, that grabbed the baby Yoda at the end, he is dead, John. He is dead. He will not be coming back. Ming Na Wen is presumed dead as well because she got shot in the gut and was still lying there in the desert long after the Mandalorian left.
But there's somebody that comes up and walks up to her at the end.
Because they're tracking the fob. So the question is the fob still active when the target is dead? Or is the fob just a GPS tracker for the target? That's the question. Because if it's linked to the heartbeat, then I see where you're going with it.
Here's the thing. I want to defend myself when you said I was not paying attention.
I feel there's no defense for it. Just roll with it and accept
I
it.
know the guy is dead.
Then how is he integral part?
I feel that something in his past will come back. Like, he didn't show up here.
He was a throwaway.
He was a throwaway?
I'm calling it right now. He's a throwaway.
Dave calls it a throwaway. I don't call it a throwaway. Don't let me down, Jon Favreau.
I talked to Fabs and Filoni the other day. We were drinking. I wore the hat. It got weird. He's a throwaway.
I showed Dave the movie Swingers. You can't let me down.
How dare you?
I'm just spitting out like crap. I don't know. I think there's something else. I know he's dead, but I think there's something else. How that all came to be. It's a plant. There's something. I don't know.
He will never be mentioned again. He will never be mentioned again. What do you want to bet?
I don't know what to bet.
Virtual handshake right here. We'll wait till the end of the series. Or the end of the season. He will not be mentioned the rest of the season.
All right, fine. If you win, you get to pick whatever you want. Not whatever you want. You know better than that. Okay. And if I win,
okay. We'll do it this way. A autograph for Star Wars Celebration 2020.
You don't like autographs.
I'm not autographs. Photo op. Sorry, photo op.
Oh, okay, fine, deal. It's like you don't even like autographs. I'm not gonna buy you something you're gonna throw away or turn around on eBay.
Anyway, no. So we'll do that for a photo op. The first photo op we're interested in that comes live on the thing. You
know, stuff's getting real, guys, when we start betting Star Wars Celebration photo ops.
Yeah, it is.
Because that's what we started betting that stuff last year, and needless to say, I think I lost quite a bit.
You lost one. It was only one.
Was it one?
Yeah.
It was more than one.
No, it felt like more than one because I ended up buying you some photo ops and you paid me back for them later. That's why it felt like that.
No, true story. Anyway, so
hold on one second, guys. Pardon me. Last episode, John let me rant on about how Celebration 2020 tickets hadn't gone on sale yet. I didn't even realize I bought the friggin' tickets already.
Mind you, guys.
Shame on me, guys. Like, someone should have called me out. Dear God.
Okay, we're going to take a break from The Mandalorian, guys. So here we are. Dave came to my
humble abode
where I live. And we were going to see Luke Combs in concert. I'm a huge Luke Combs fan. So if anybody wants to send me tickets, I'm not going to complain. But anyway,
regardless,
we were heading to this concert, and we were talking about photo ops, and then he started talking about tickets. He said, "Man, we both got to be off. We got to be ready for this, and because we got to be able to get these tickets. Like, they're going to sell out fast." I'm like, "Dave, what tickets are you talking about exactly?" He was like, "Star Wars Celebration tickets." I said, "Dude, we bought those already." He's like, "No, we didn't." I said, "Dave, yes, we did." He's like, "When did we buy them?" I said, "You bought them with your credit card because I paid you back." He was like, "No." I said, "Yes."
And then my heart sank because I'm like, "Oh my God, did I not buy them? Oh my God, we're not gonna go to Celebration."
And I knew he did because he sent us a screenshot, and then we also posted it, and I knew what I posted. But then I'm sitting here, I'm like, "Dude, no, you bought them." He's like, "No, we didn't." I said, "Yes, you were in a meeting, and you said you didn't know if you could get out of it on time, and you told me to be prepared, but I was also in a meeting." So Dave got out of it. I'm sitting in the back of my meeting all secretive on my laptop trying to buy these tickets, and I'm in queue. And then Dave's like hustling other people to sign on and get tickets too. And before you know it, like, he texts me and says, "I got the tickets. Bounce out. And I'm like, okay. So we got the tickets. And I remember giving him the money because Sweet Nelson gave me the money to give to you too.
Yeah.
And Dave's like, "Is it on my credit card statement?"
So yeah, needless to say, I completely forgot that those tickets had already gone on sale. I completely forgot that we had already purchased them.
They
Um,
sold out in like 2 hours.
yeah,
It's bad.
but I'm happy that we're going.
I was like, dude, are you and like, so I didn't think about it until afterwards. And then when he brought it up again this weekend, I questioned it. And he was like, yeah, I was talking about celebration tickets. I'm like, dude, we already have those. What's going on?
Yeah, so I needless to say, I was so happy. But back to the Mandalorian. Um, Ming Na Wen, I think she's dead, bro.
I don't think it's the fob that he was finding either.
What do you mean?
I don't think that that's the reason.
Because whoever was walking towards Ming Na Wen, her corpse, the assassin, they had a fob. The fob led them to her body. 100%. That was my interpretation of that scene. What was yours?
Not that.
What was your interpretation then? Because
Apparently, I need to go rewatch it because I don't talk about what my interpretation
no. Too
was.
late, too
No,
late. No,
no,
that's what happens when you
no.
only watch it once and you want to have a Star Wars podcast. So come on, hit me with it, big boy.
I seriously thought it was the Mandalorian that was going back to get her.
Why would they have it shrouded in mystery? And I don't think it was a Mando.
I thought it was the Mandalorian because I feel that there was like he needs her or he realizes like, hey, like I'm being followed, I'm being tracked. Like she's a damn good shot. She's sneaky about how she does
But then
things.
why wouldn't he have put her on the dewback before he went back to town? Because he had already gotten towards the body.
Maybe he was concerned about other Mandalorians or other bounty hunters in town catching her, getting it. This is far fetched, I know, but this is what I feel in my head.
You care to make another wager?
No,
I'm just saying, let's double down. Let's go 2 photo ops. Because
no.
I feel she's dead.
So here's
we'll make it a two-parter. I feel she's dead, and that is not the Mandalorian.
no. I just not go with your bet on that one. My only concern is this again. This character was announced. Who was playing this character a little bit later into the promo and the press board? She hasn't toured or done anything with them, from what I remember. So that kind of makes me believe too that this character could be dead and go away. But I felt it was a very like. I know everybody's gonna be like, John, you just feel that everybody is going to be here for the whole series. I know not everybody's going to be here for the whole series, but I feel she would have a bigger part in it than that.
But we also said the same thing about Nick Nolte and the Ugnaught.
Nick Nolte will be back. Don't you dare curse him.
All right, guys. I feel like I should make another bet. I felt the same way about IG-88, but that just goes to show you that this is a very Walking Dead, Game of Thrones type of world where people die, or we just don't see them anymore.
I agree, but I'm just saying, I think you're going to get Nick Nolte back. Hands
like when
down,
I
you're
saw
going to get
Game of
Nick Nolte
Thrones
back.
and the fact that Ned Stark, the guy that's on the cover of the freaking DVD Blu-ray, gets offed in the first season, I'm like, oh shit, this is a game changer. And having her die, same thing. Having IG-11 die, same thing to me.
I really didn't think IG-11 was going to be in the series for that long. I wanted him to be, but I didn't think he was going to be. So, I don't know. I need to watch it again. No more bets. Then I start losing my lunch and not a good time. But overall, I don't feel the episode was a filler episode. I feel that it's going to give us more information. If it turns out to be a filler episode, I'm changing my rating.
Can't change the rating. You're already locked in. I thought it was a great episode from a visual standpoint. We had never gotten, a speeder bike, sniper shootout, holdout situation. It felt very Hurt Locker-ish to me. Where they're pinned down, they're held down by the sniper, they can't move, they've got to wait. They're dealing with the dehydration, the sleepiness kind of thing. I liked it. It shows how much the Mandalorian cares for the kid. Overall, good episode. Wouldn't say great. I still think my favorite is going to be episode 3. Looking forward to seeing who's next on the list.
The next director.
Yeah.
Hi, show.
Is it Deborah Chow?
I don't think she's the next one already. No, this is. I always mess up his name. You know this, Rick Famuyiwa.
Oh yeah. Yeah. Okay.
And then Deborah Chow. Deborah Chow's doing the episode before The Rise of Skywalker.
And before
then
the finale with Taika.
Taika's doing the finale, which comes out the week after or the Friday after Christmas.
Yeah. Okay. But yeah, I think she's dead. I think the Mandalorian took off. We're not going to see that guy again. And everyone's burning question. You already said you think it's the Mandalorian at the very end. That's
Agreed.
after the fob. I'm really interested. You need to tell me, what did you think the fob was? Or why they went back to the body?
Why they went like with. I thought it was the Mandalorian going back to the body as a way to use her to bring her back and say, "Hey, I need somebody like this on my team," because she's very good at what she does. He even tells the kid when he's like, "Have you ever tried to find her before? Like, you can't. You're not going to be able to find her." And then he uses some sad story about, "Oh my God, it's my first bounty. I'm new to the guild and I need some help and you can help me." And I think he Philly was lying the whole time.
He was green as grass, bro.
But that's why I think that he's like, this is somebody that I could use on my team and could be an ally because they're after me, they're after her.
He would
what? We
he would
could
have
survive
grabbed her.
together.
He would have grabbed her the first time if she was alive. Because she would have theoretically woken up after they walk on that dewback or they ride on that dewback all the way back to town. And then baby girl would have been angry and would have laid down some cover fire.
Or she was faking it. It was all part of the plan. He talked to her before.
But if she was faking it, wouldn't she have been gotten up by that time at the very end?
There is a possibility that she could have done that. Like I said, I'm a hit and miss if it's the Mandalorian now that you said about the fob. So you think it's just another bounty hunter?
I think it's another bounty hunter. Somebody that wears spurs. Somebody that's got a very cape-like thing going on, which I dig capes. I really do. Everybody that I've talked to, they're freaking out. They're going wild. I've heard two theories or two speculations on who the character might be. One, people are saying Cad Bane. I don't think it's Cad Bane. I don't think it's Cad Bane. No. They're saying Boba Fett. People are saying Boba Fett. It's on Tatooine. We know Tatooine is where... Well, first of all, Tatooine is awesome. Thank you for bringing us back there.
Mos Eisley.
Exactly. So much nostalgia just in this episode. It's ridiculous. The fact that we get to have that same booth that was in episode 4 where Han and Greedo do their shootout. Amazing. Which, from that one scene, I contest that Greedo did not shoot first. And the reason being is there's no scorch mark on the wall where Han Solo would have dodged it. So my conjecture, and I'm going to say this 100%, Greedo didn't shoot first. There's no scorch mark on the wall. I don't feel that bartender would have cleaned the wall. I don't think that's his style. I think this goes ahead and proves that Han shot first. No, am I going too deep in the weeds there?
I didn't think that in depth in it, but now that you say it, I agree. Because even when I was watching it, I was like, "Oh man, it's the same booth, it's the same cantina." Because they were like Mos Eisley. I was like, Mos Eisley. I said I've heard this before, and I was like, I think they're on Tatooine. And then I saw it, and I'm like, yep, they're on Tatooine. But no, I don't think that's far fetched at all. I like the in-depthness there, Dave. I appreciate it. I agree with you.
Just saying, I think Han shot first, and that's Fav's way of saying, George, Han shot first. I'm paying homage to Han. I think that was a sly way of saying that. But just for the nostalgia factor, that's why I'm torn between giving it a full 8 or not. That's why I'm giving it the half point, which I'm at the 7.5 because of nostalgia.
It did have a lot of nostalgia. I will give you that. It had a ton of it, and I thought it was very cool that we did go back to Tatooine. I think So first of all, Cad Bane and Boba Fett, I think, are very far fetched. My opinion, my 2 cents. It could happen. That's a big crossover. That's a big reveal, in my opinion. And I feel like, based on all the articles and stuff that I've been reading, is that Baby Yoda was the biggest reveal that we would get out of the Mandalorian. If they brought in,
No, go ahead.
and if they bring out Boba Fett, like if they bring out Boba Fett, like, excuse my language, all hell's gonna break loose. Like, that's awesome. But I don't think it's gonna happen. Tatooine, that it all makes sense. It all makes sense. But I'm just saying, I think that's two very big reveals that I'm just like, I don't know. That's far fetched in my opinion.
I don't know who else it could be that they would shroud in mystery like that. Not someone we if it was somebody we didn't know, there'd be no point in having them off screen or not showing their full figure, not showing their full body. If it was just some random new character, then show them. Okay, then we'll all be thinking, oh man, who's that dude? Who's that chick? Who are they with? Blah, blah, blah. Then our minds would be going crazy. But the fact that you only show us a quarter of their boot kind of thing, or halfway up the leg, it makes the fandom go wild. It makes everybody question and think. I don't think it's Cad Bane. 100% I don't think so. I'm leaning more towards the fact maybe it's Boba, or it's the guy, I forget his name, in the Aftermath book that found Boba Fett's armor in the Aftermath trilogy. You remember that? That guy that stayed on Mos Eisley as the sheriff. He was wearing the Fett armor that he found from the opened up, destroyed Sarlacc.
I remember the part in the book, which is very surprising because I read that many years ago.
Because he bought it off the Jawas, remember?
Yeah, I remember it, but I don't remember his name.
I don't remember his name, but I think it could be that guy. If it's not Boba in the flesh, it's this cat. And he's going to walk around with the helmet on, everything. Everyone's going to assume it's Boba. He's going to take it off and be like, oh, my name is so-and-so from the Aftermath book, which he's going to say that in the show.
He's going to say the Aftermath book?
Yeah, I'm Chuck Wendig made me. I'm here. What's up? Here to party.
Here to party.
Just saying.
Very valid points. They're more valid than my now he went back to get her. It's not a fob. Yeah, I think yours stands up better than mine does, but I guess we're gonna have to wait till Friday to see. I just now I'm scared. I'm like, if I don't watch it super early on Friday, then I'm not gonna be on social media because I'm like, oh no, I'm not talking about this. Like, I want to hear it, I want to see it and see who it is, if they even show us. I doubt that they're not gonna not show us, but you never know.
Everyone's assuming that this next coming episode is going to be the episode with Bill Burr, where he's got that weird like little Predator pistol on his like shoulder mount that's just shooting, and there's a big gunfight or something. So
we still have not seen Giancarlo Esposito.
We're not until the last 2 episodes, my man. I'm telling you, we're not.
They've steadily given us a character throughout the episodes. Like, episode 1, we got IG-11 and Baby Yoda. Episode 2, we really didn't get any other new characters. Episode 3,
well, no, episode 1, you also got Nick Nolte.
Oh, that's true.
You got 3.
Episode 2 was the same. Episode 3.
Oh hell, episode 1, you also got Carl Weathers. Yeah, just about everybody in that one.
Oh yeah, it was the opening. Werner Herzog.
Yeah.
So yeah, we'll have to wait and see. But I'm excited. Friday can't come, and then we don't have to wait a whole week for the
next episode.
7. Yeah. So anyway, all right, Dave. Anything else about the Mandalorian?
No, you heard it right here, guys. Me and Johnny had a bet. If that guy's ever gonna come back, the bounty hunter, the noob, the green boy. I'm calling him the green boy because he's green as grass. He's never coming back. Not even going to get mentioned. Boom. Boom. I have spoken.
Oh, you have spoken.
I have spoken. This is the way.
This is the way.
This is the way.
This is the way. Guys, we thank you for tuning in today. We are the Balance of the Force, a Star Wars podcast. You can find us on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter at SW Pod Balance. You can also find us by going to.
Do you know where to find us?
I know where to find us. Sorry, I was trying to go into like the whole Ultra Saber things. If you're in the mood, in the market for a new lightsaber, head on over to our friend at ultrasabers.com. Pick out any lightsaber that you want, as long as it's not discounted or on clearance. And when you go to the checkout and the coupon code under Force Fields, all one word, receive 10% off from the Balance of the Force, a Star Wars podcast. It does not work on accessories. Again, we are Balance of the Force, a Star Wars podcast. And as always, may the Force be with you.
Once more, the Sith will rule the galaxy.